Welcome to Lab 6. In Lab 6, I'm going to present you with some information, but you're going to be doing a lot on your own this week because we've been doing the same kind of things for the last few labs. We've been finding the nominal variables and putting them in a frequency table. We've been finding the descriptive statistics for the scale variables. So I'm going to demonstrate a few things for you, but then if you have questions about how to do anything, you might need to go back and look at the videos from previous weeks. This is in an effort to get you to be able to fly solo a bit with JASP. You can do it. So I'm going to start with the instructional materials for lab number 6. First thing I'm going to do is download the data set, as you should do too. And I'm going to save it to my documents folder. And the next thing I'm going to do is download the lab instructions, which hopefully you will have done that already as well. And this will tell you everything you need to do to complete your output and to also successfully complete your worksheet. So we have some clinical data in front of us this week, and let's take a look at the scenario. Because you have superb statistical skills, you've been hired as a statistician to analyze clinical data from an agency called A Better Life. And this agency provides individual and group counseling as well as other educational services to individuals who are A, seeking help on their own, meaning they just contacted A Better Life. B, they've been referred by their employer for some sort of issue that's affecting their work performance. Or C, they've been mandated to attend counseling through superior court judges. So there's 3 different routes to getting this type of therapy. So a clinical psychologist wants to know whether a specialized counseling program is more effective than traditional counseling at improving coping skills. So coping skills is one dependent variable. So we've got specialized counseling program versus a traditional counseling program. So maybe the traditional counseling program is your typical talk therapy where people talk about their problems with a therapist, and maybe specialized counseling includes some other techniques such as EMDR or some other types of new techniques. So we don't really know that. We just know that one is labeled as traditional and the other is labeled as specialized. So clients were either assigned to the traditional therapy or the specialized therapy. Sounds like an independent variable, doesn't it? What group you were in. And the coping skills test, a good dependent variable, was administered before beginning therapy and at the time of discharge from therapy. Also, some demographic information was collected as well. So what we have in the directions for you are the labels that you're going to need to add for each of the variables. So people were referred either by the court, themselves, or the employer. Gender is male or female. Ethnicity, there's 6 categories that were collected. Marital status, 4 different categories. Education, and then again the treatment group. Number 1 is specialized and 2 is traditional. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go through each, or not going to go through each of these, I'm going to get you started on each of the directions in order to complete your output. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to open up JASP. So I'm at my JASP home screen. I'm going to click on my file to open it up. And here we go. So the first thing in our directions tells us to enter the nominal variables, their labels, and see the table. So as a reminder, the table has all the different labels. I'm only going to help you with the first one, which is the referral. How was somebody referred to therapy? 1 was court, 2 was self, 3 was employer. Let me see if I can remember that long enough to type it in. I'm going to click on referral, and I'm going to say court is 1, self is 2, and 3 is employer. And I have to hit enter for the last one to take. Okay. So I have done that. Your direction is to do the value labels for gender, ethnicity, marital, education, and treatment. So let's check first and make sure that those are listed as nominal variables. Let's confirm that everything is as it should be. Age is a scale variable. And referral actually is nominal, it's not ordinal. Gender is nominal. Ethnicity is again nominal. I'm going to change that. Education, is that ordinal? Let's take a look and see if the categories go in any particular order. Some high school, yeah, there is an order to that. We're going to keep that as ordinal. Marital, there's no order to that. Let's make that nominal. And the number of arrests is another variable that was collected. That is actually a scale variable. The treatment category is nominal. Pre-coping, post-coping, and text days are all scale variables. So we've done the confirmation of our variables. Now again, remember, you need to go through and put the labels for gender, ethnicity, education, marital, and treatment. Those are all listed as labels here. So that is what you need to do. All right, the next section says to confirm the continuous variables. We just did that. We just looked and made sure that all of the continuous variables are listed as scale variables. The next thing you're going to do is complete a frequency distribution for all nominal variables. I'm not going to show you how to do that. If you need to go back to previous videos to see how to make a frequency distribution, go ahead and do that. The hint is you're going to hit frequency table and you're going to deselect the other items under statistics. Then you're going to complete measures of central tendency and dispersion for all scale variables. Again, I'm not going to go over every bit of this, but I'll just remind you that when you are in JASP, you can go to descriptives, you can move something over, and then the statistics are here, and that'll show you the mean, the standard deviation, minimum and maximum, measures of central tendency, measures of dispersion. All right. But like I said, you're flying solo on this a little bit, so you can do this. All right, let's see what is next on our list. All right, it says compare male and female coping scores after ending therapy. So as you'll notice, numbers 6 through 12 all deal with comparing. And we've done this before, we've done comparing. So whenever you see the word compare, that means you're putting something in the split box. The group that you're using to compare, you're putting that in the split box, and the dependent variable is in the variables box. I'm going to show you how to do the first one, but then you need to be able to figure out how to do the rest of them. So the first one says compare male and female coping scores after ending therapy. So I'm going to come down here, and I'm going to go to descriptives, and it says to compare male and female scores. So the split box is gender. I'm comparing by male and female. And what am I comparing again? Let's see, I've already forgotten. Coping scores after ending therapy. So that's the post-coping scores. That's after therapy. Pre-coping is before therapy, and post-coping is after therapy. I'm going to move that over, and that will give me a comparison. I can compare males and females. I can look at the means of the two groups and figure out which mean is higher, which mean is lower. That is how we compare groups. Okay, I'm going to show you one more just because I care about you. So let me go back and see what the next comparison is asking us to do. It says, let me skip down to one. Let's compare the treatment conditions by the coping scores after ending therapy. The treatment conditions. So the treatment conditions are here. Oops, I don't want it there though, do I? So the treatment conditions are what I'm going to split by. I'm going to move that to the split box. And it was coping scores after therapy is the dependent variable. So here I can look at the traditional versus the specialized treatment, and I can compare the means of those two groups. All right, I have given you enough little birdies to fly away, so hopefully you will have no problem with this. Remember to submit your output and complete worksheets part 1 and 2. And don't suffer in silence. If you have any specific questions, please bring them to the Hallway Conversations forum. Have a great week.